Good morning. So it's funny, I've been doing this close to 2 months now, I guess. Pretty much every day except during the holidays. So I've got this routine. And before, where I would be kind of rushing to get in here to get the camera and everything set up, with the routine, you know, everything's pretty much done. And so I literally have like 10 minutes before this even starts to just sit down, pull out my cards, and just start shuffling. So it actually feels good to have that little bit of a routine. So in the morning I grab my cards after I decide which deck. It's like 98% of the decks just don't feel right at 7:30 a.m. in the morning. So it turns out there's only like a handful of decks that I end up using. I grab my deck and I remind myself every time I shuffle the cards, I take a breath. With the purpose of seeing what the universe has to show us today. Some direction to focus on. For me, it's a way of finding that healthy focus. You know, I think it was yesterday, it was about procrastination. And by doing the tarot in the morning and thinking about it, my mind was then locked in on that topic throughout the day. And it's funny because, well, part of the reason why I do this in the morning is so that I can look at those things that I may struggle with, like procrastination. And I think about what the cards end up following through and saying in the morning. And again, if I start procrastinating, it's of my own conscious free will, because I can't help but think about the cards in the morning and remembering that it's probably not the most beneficial thing to do. So that's what I try and do each morning, is find my focus and let the universe direct me in a particular way, and maybe this will help direct others in a particular way throughout the day. Again, as we shuffle, we take that deep breath and we look for that focus. So let's split the deck into 3. And each one of these stacks is a string going out to the universe. And whichever one I choose is going to pull that string. This string will have a different conversation than this one or this one. So it also helps to choose a direction to go and gives us a choice where we can use our intuition. Do we want to see what's on the surface? Do we want to see what's in the middle? Do we want to see what's lying underneath? So I think today I'm going to pull on this string. Again, each one of these is going to be a different conversation, and it's going to guide us in a different direction, whichever one we choose. So, going with the bottom one today. Let's see what we have. I'm going to do my 3 and 1. Just relax a little bit. So, we have the 8 of Cups. We have the Fool. And we have the Empress. So this is interesting. So, looking at the 8 of Cups, 8s are about progress, moving forward. And with the Eight of Cups, it could be a maturity. Maybe it's a time to progress forward. Sometimes we may even need to leave something behind, which is what the Fool looks like he's doing. It's like something's been accomplished or some kind of a good feeling, and now it's time to take whatever good. So we all have something good in life that we've received. But is it time to maybe let it go? Allow yourself to walk away from it? Or do we cling on to it till we leave our claws on it? And the Fool, he's that classic. It's leaving something. It's the innocence. It's the not looking, not caring where you're going, just picking up, going, moving. Being carefree, allowing ourselves to be carefree. And then we have the Empress, who is the one who's strong but caring. She takes care of people. She might even be pregnant in this. So maybe this is one of those things where it's like sometimes we let something go so that we can move on to something better. Maybe this is like the Queen is like or the Empress is like a goal that we want to achieve to find, new pastures. I mean, the Eight of Cups is really a good place, but maybe we need to just throw care to the wind and trust that there's even better things if we can let something go. And I'm going to turn over the advice card, which is the World. So the way that I'm seeing things right now, because the World is about completion. The World is about finding that place. But the World is also about starting over. It's the last card in the deck. And so if we start a journey over again, the Fool has no number. The Fool could be the last card, or the Fool could be the first card. So this is actually a fairly powerful spread this morning. And I feel that it's saying that maybe it's time to let something go. And maybe I need to reflect on what it is, and what we need to reflect on is there something that served its purpose and it was good, but it's time to let it go, and do it with a light heart, and just trust that no matter how good things are right now, it might even get better. And for some of us, that's really difficult, especially, if we're clinging to something because we're afraid to let it go. It's like, how can it get any better than this? But the World card is the universe. It's saying, there's a whole universe out there. You just have to trust, like the Fool does. Trust with the innocence of a child who's walking towards, the ultimate mother figure, the Empress. So today I'm going to think about what it is that I'm having problems, difficulties letting go of. What it is that, it could be a job. The job's been really good. But you know what? Sometimes we just need to trust in the universe and accept that, there's something more caring, more secure, more understanding out there. Is it a relationship? Is it our old car? Something that we have an emotional bond to. But if we find that thing that we're grabbing hold of, if we decide to stay with it and not chance it, then what are we going to lose out on? I mean, if we decide to stay, then we might as well turn these cards around, right? So, what is it that we have our fingers just clawed into that we know we should let go of? You know, it could be anything from an addiction. It could be, you know, because I mean, let's face it, you know, people don't do drugs because they hate them. They do them because they love them too much. Does that make sense? So what is it that we need to allow ourselves to be able to walk away from, knowing that things will get better? We just need to trust in it. And that's the question. So with that, I'm going to say thank you very much.